I'm just going to make a quick video here about the fact that I have lost all of my friends since I came to Christ, since I started changing, since I started showing the light of God towards everyone. For some reason, it repels people. It's the weirdest thing in the world. Some people are drawn to it for the wrong reasons, like emotional vampires and narcissists, like moths to a flame. They want to suck you dry of that eternal life water that you carry within you, that joy, that spring of joy that you walk around with in your heart. They kind of just want to siphon off of it because they have nothing in their own hearts. And other people, especially people that you've known for a long time, they see a change. And instead of being genuinely happy for you that you've overcome so many of your negative traits, your destructive habits, you'd think the reasons you wouldn't want to be my friend, I stopped doing them, and that's when I started losing friends. It's the strangest thing. It's like I was a self-destructive maniac for years, and I had tons of friends. And then I started to heal. I started to follow Jesus, and it wasn't only, the bar scene friends that I lost. Those fell off quite quickly when I started to care about the truth at all and show it. But it was the friends, like the long-term friends that I had that I thought were like the real ones that I would have forever, that I've known for over 20 years, that are truly disappointing, that they have just stopped responding to me. They've stopped reaching out. Like, I left my family over 2 years ago because they were narcissistic monsters. And I finally escaped with the belongings I could take with me and my cat, and took a plane and flew to another country. I had some support when I left, a little bit, but I ended up staying in my transition period. I ended up staying with almost a complete stranger. It's funny when you're going through it, the people who are there for you are not necessarily the people. That hurts so bad. This is a little bundle of joy, but I cannot keep her. She is a menace, and my older cat does not like her, but I love her to bits. I'll find a good home for you, okay? Find a good home for you. Yes. Anyways, when you're going through it, the people you think are gonna be there for you they just vanish, and the people who you never suspect end up stepping up. It's really odd. And I think that says a lot about the persona that we present to the world versus the character that lies within. And we just don't trust the masks, don't trust the facade. When push comes to shove, you'll find out who are the real ones. And it's taken me a really long time to let go of these friendships that I clung to. I clung to like the idea of the friendship for a long time. I was always hoping that they would come to Jesus one day. I kind of knew that at least two of them would not, because they're really on the other direction. So, I expected some distance, but like, I don't need to get into the petty details, but overall, it's just like they don't care about me. They don't care where I am. They don't care how I'm doing. They don't care that I have no family, that I'm scraping by. It does not matter to them. They've never asked really how one of them has never contacted me since I moved. She hasn't responded to any of my phone calls. She hasn't barely responds to my email, sends me an email once in a while with like a picture of her and her kids and says I love you, and then that's it, and won't respond like asking when I ask how she is, will not engage in conversation. Like it's really really odd. And I guess I'm immature too because I've never brought it up, because like I kind of just am accepting it. I'm like, well, why fight for this? Why fight for essentially a dead end friendship? Like Jesus says, like, how can two walk together lest they be agreed? And if like one of them's raising trans kids, and my channel will probably get flagged for that, and I'm following Jesus, like how can we be acquainted at all? So I kind of felt that coming, but it still stings. You'd still think that there'd be something in her that would care, and it's just not the case. I mean, we've been friends for since we were 12. I'm 40 now. It's wild. And, with our ups and downs, but I always thought that we had gotten over some of our disagreements and we'd both matured, but I felt the distance just growing and growing and growing. And same with my other friend, like you just feel it. You just feel this like this wall of like, I don't like what you're about now. It's just something you feel when you're around people. I've been learning, and I'm not saying like emotions are truth, but I think there's another set of sensory inputs that isn't quite emotion, but it's an understanding of like frequency of a person. I hesitate to use the word frequency, but if you can imagine, when you're with someone and you feel like a sense of like tension and agitation, even if it's like silence or like you're in a car with someone and you just feel this like, I'm on edge, I'm on edge, I'm on edge. It's kind of like a warning sign. It's kind of a sign that there are like spirits colliding. There are forces at work here that are causing this feeling. It's not just like your imagination, and you can feel different things with different people and it can change. But anyway, like I would see my friends and I would just feel this like this wall of just like they just had their wall up all of a sudden. And it's not like I was like evangelizing to them at all. I felt like I had healed and I was showing love, and like their kids loved me and I loved their kids, and I just wanted like a loving little group of friends that would nurture and care about each other. And it just, they just don't respond to my messages anymore. I'm like, I'm not a bad friend. I can be a little self-involved. Like I can have a bit of main character syndrome sometimes, but I'm a good listener and I care about people and I reach out to them. I'm not always been a perfect friend, but nobody has. And I don't think that that's the reason for the distance. I think the reason for the distance is that I have the light and the truth of the truth in me now, and that repels the darkness. The darkness can't stand in it. And I just didn't want to admit it. I didn't want to admit that my friends have that darkness in them still. But I mean, I did, and I still do. But now I have the light of Christ and I follow that instead. And I feel like as the world soldiers on, the dark is getting darker, and the people who love God are getting closer to God, and the people who don't know God or don't love God are getting farther and farther away from him, because the world is falling farther and farther away. Like there's that meme, like every day we stray further from God, and it's true. We do. We're in this era of total degeneracy, and like never in a million years would I think that we're teaching what the things that we're teaching to people. It's and calling it good. It's really a total inversion of the truth, and it's an inversion of love. But anyway, it was a hard day. It was like I've been going back and forth like it's okay, they're just busy, like my friend's just busy, like no, it just doesn't matter, like just like they'll be there when they're there. Like it just having all this like, I don't know, forgiveness, I guess. But like when people ignore your messages and when they kind of play mind games a bit, and there's just been like a lot of weird stuff with the way people act these days. It's not in the truth, it's not in love. It's like these strange little power games people are playing, and I'm just finished. Like I think I just have to let some people go. I have to let it go. And I kind of came to that realization today, and I felt really sad because I realized that I just have no one, and it's like that whole chapter of my life is now closed. Like I left my home country, and the only thing that is still tying me there is like a friend who I speak to only online, basically, who I'm trying to get through to him about Jesus. He's so close, but he just kind of wavers on it, and I'm just kind of holding out hope that I will be a bit of a light in that way. And my cat is like the thread that ties me to my old life. And I have one other friend, another couple who are Catholic, and they're lovely in many ways, and I love them both dearly and their family. But I don't talk to them that much, and that's fine. It's like that's the friendship. That's where the friendship's at. I don't expect more closeness from them, for several reasons. But I love them dearly, and I know that if I ever called them up, I could. They were there for me when I was going through the leaving of my family situation, which was a huge situation. It was an extremely traumatic, scary thing to do. And I'm just thinking about it, and I'm like, my goodness, like I had barely anybody. I had God there with me and my cat, and my faith that it would work out. And it's really weird when you kind of when things click for you, and you stop playing the like it's fine game with yourself, and you stop saying that it's fine, and actually like get into how you feel and how it's making you feel, and like the truth of the relationship. And you're like, oh, actually you should probably stop living in denial. um, it sucks. It's hard. um, it's hard because following Jesus is not easy, and I don't want to sound like this, oh, my crusade is so noble, because I'm not a perfect person either, and like friendships fade, they fade, but I really do think it's because of the light of the truth. And it just made me realize that it's hard, and that I'm all alone. I lost my family, I lost my friends. It's I don't know. Following the truth is not popular. It's not. I can't even make new friends. I'm like, what am I going to talk about? Like, unless you love God, and you know that like all the crap that people love is fake nonsense, like I'm not going to have that much in common with people. I find our similarities as much as I can. Like I have people I know that I can spend time with and go on hikes with, and I care about. But in terms of finding people to connect with, I don't want to talk about crappy Hollywood movies. I don't want to talk about crappy fake politics. Like it's all garbage. It's all a lie of this world. Like I want to talk about God. I want to talk about Jesus. I want to talk about nature. I want to go on hikes. I want to love and go on about my niche topics and make my art. But like, I don't know. Being a bit like autistic, this also presents its challenges in like my style of communicating with people, because it's not easy. It's like I'm either like very, very quiet, or I'm kind of like not info dumping, but like in a mode of uh here's my other cat. Uh-oh. Hi, gorgeous. I just don't have the most normal way of being around people. And I've always been like that. I've always been different. But anyway, yeah, I wanted this to be more God focused than me focused. But it is a bit about me. It's a bit like about how I'm sad that I don't have friends. And how I feel like people are, I can't trust people. I can't trust them. And I know God says not to trust anyone, basically. It's just when you kind of grow up thinking like you can, it's like finding out Santa Claus isn't real or something. You're kind of like, oh, damn it. you know? I wish I could like live in that delulu a little bit longer, but it's really hitting home that we can only rely on him. It's wild. And the funny thing is, I feel like it will just get harder as I get older and as the world gets darker. Uh oh. She doesn't like the kitten. I know, honey. I know. I know you're not a fan. It's not fair. I just could not leave this little thing outside all by herself, but I'm trying to find her a home, a loving home, so my baby girl can have her peace. We'll see. Anyway, um, yeah. I don't know. I think a lot of people are going through this. A lot of people who really love the Lord, who really love God, who don't put up pretenses and who don't conform to the world, have a hard time connecting. And there's a lot of neurodivergent people who can't connect either. But this is my specific issue. I think loving Jesus and the whole world loves like everything that God hates. Like you're completely against the current. You're completely against everything that people stand for. It's a wild journey. And, when you're on your own with that, it's sort of like, wow, God thinks I'm strong enough to handle this. I don't know. Like, I mean, I made my other video talking about wanting a church and wanting some fellowship because standing alone can be a real drag. It can be really difficult. But I'm going to sort out these two cats because I basically keep them separate so they don't drive each other nuts. You're trouble. She's so cute though. Oh my goodness. Okay. Anyway, I just wanted to get that out. Maybe it will resonate with someone. Maybe it's just me rambling. Doesn't matter. Okay. Good night.